We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
First down, Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards on the game's opening play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Sonny. Flip. That's a what? Bang. Sonny. Bang. Check 43. Undercut.
And now a jet sweep. This is Evans with it. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Somebody, Black, what is that? He can't hit. He's not going to get me.
From the 41, Winston. He completes it to Evans. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Jameis to throw it. He's going to go for a big play down into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
A throw down the field caught by his running back. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And he'll give it here to his running back. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. From the 30 on 2nd down. Winston under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Tyler Davison hauling it off the edge to sack him. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Here's Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone.
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. From the gun, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. Kareem Hunt, his running back, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is fielded at the 27. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Brooks. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Winston, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Easy. Hey, 5 on 50. 5 on 50.
3rd and long for Winston. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin him back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Flushed out right. That is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jackson going to throw again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Switch gears. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Easy.
On first down, it's Brooks. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready. Flag. What is that? Hey, foul. Check. Hey, let's get a conversion. Check. Lucky. Come on. Stand there. Slam. Watch twist. Easy.
On 2nd down now, it's Brooks. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Mike 14. Go. Flip. Check the 5-0. Hey, 5-0. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Easy. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
3rd and short yardage. Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
This time Jackson will throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. This is Pittsburgh. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it around. West.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Finds the open target, Arnold. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Play action. It's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 78 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. The Steelers on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
He's coming, double up. Easy. Hey, turn it. Hey, turn it out.
Following the interception, Winston throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Steelers' 35-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Watch out the creeping. It's free. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
To throw is Winston. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards there and a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go, fellas.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
I'm coming after you. Let's convert. Check.
On 1st and 10, Winston. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
On 2nd down, it's Brooks. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
14's the mic. Defense wins championships, baby. Mike. Easy. Hey, 14. You better be afraid.
A first down throw for Winston. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston, and he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 12-yard touchdown grab as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson flush to his right. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
To throw, Winston. Got a man, it's Brashad Perriman. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right.
And now look at him go. Past the 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Kareem Hunt, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Jackson from the shotgun. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Check. Fresno. Wait.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. He's got this one complete to Perriman.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. This is intercepted. Picked off by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the return will stop right around the 25.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown, and pick it off, just as we saw there.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
Ready? 45 to Mike. Check. 45 to Mike. All day, dog.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Evans. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down.
Mike 14. Mike 14. 14. Flip it. Easy. Mike 14. Easy. Hey. Let's go. Hey. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. T.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
3rd and long.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
This is fielded inside the 5. It'll be a 45-yard punt, and couple that with a loss on the return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys to try and wedge the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
No chance. Watch the safety creep.
Jackson now off the bootleg. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 27 yards there, a 1st down. They go play action now. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And now it's 2nd down.
It's now
2nd and 10 now from the 27. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Jackson, operating from the gun, eluding the pressure right, and that will be incomplete. The surprise second-round pick, Sean Bunting, there to get a hand in.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. From the gun, Jackson back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. And Jackson throwing once more. And it's caught. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now it's Jackson, flushed it, and he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Tyree Jackson, his 17th touchdown now on the season, as they are able to cut into that lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns third and goal into a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some...
And Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Jackson goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A big play there. His third touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
From the 29, Jackson escaping the pressure right.
Jackson on the keeper. Intended for Justin Jackson.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Check 45 at the mic. Check 45 at the mic. Yo. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey, check.
To throw is Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Now Jackson on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Josh Jones. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Devin Bush able to get in there and drop him behind the line.
It's 2nd down.
Ready. Blue lane. Johnny. You ain't got nothing. Check it back. Check it back. Flip it. Flip it. Flip it. Wide. Get wide. Hey, alert 3. Alert 3.
On 2nd down now, it's Brooks. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
No. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
On 3rd down, Winston. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Tyler Davison picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flush to his right. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 38. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 46. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Jameis to throw it. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The rookie from Michigan there defensively. That's Devin Bush making the play. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Mike 14. I got you, son. Sure. Flip it. Green, come and see. Off. Easy. Watch. Hey, easy. Watch twins. Hey, stop. Let's go.
Throwing. Winston. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Winston on 3rd and 2. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Now Winston on 4th down. And no, It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. To throw again on second down. Jackson. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
45. Mike, 45.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Finds the open target, Arnold. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. To throw is Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it second and goal as they look for a late touchdown.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Good coverage that time by Sean Bunning.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage.
And down he goes, a Buccaneers sack. Chris Jones and the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Check. Three, triple T. Hey, 5 on 50. 5 on 50. Deuce. Here we go, even.
Winston here to throw. Oh, look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Green, triple T. Easy. Hey, come on. Sunday. Hey, 5-0.
Winston from the gun on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. going to try for it on fourth. Winston stays out there.
Slam, slam, slam. Green, triple team. 5-0, 5-0, 5-0. Easy, easy, easy. Team's the mic. Silver, silver. Easy, 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 easy. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Winston to throw for it on fourth. Throwing left side, it's complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second.